Hello, and welcome to Stacks and Stocks special edition of um a, well, this is a special edition of Stacks and Stocks. The name of this one is A Table Prepared for Us. My name is Victoria Gatsby, and you all know that edition of um a well, most people who know about Stacks and Stocks know that that's either the 1 day or the 3 day seminar that I do where I teach about options. I teach how to trade options, and we go over a little bit of the stock market itself, trading stocks regularly. And that's how, of course, you need to know about trading just regular stocks before you get into options. But I spend a lot of time, or most of the time, in Stacks and Stocks talking about options. But we're not going to get that advanced tonight. I want to give people an opportunity who are ready to get into this bear market, ready to get in this market that is kind of recessionary and may get worse. And it's an opportune time for you to get into the market if you have not, or if you have been in the market. This is an opportune time to get in the market. So I want to help people. I've had people asking me for months and months about teaching the Stacks and Stocks class on options. When was the next time I was going to do that? Because I have so much other stuff going on, other speaking engagements and working on other projects, I have not been able to. But the urgency of it became even more obvious this past few weeks when the market has been crashing and people want to more than ever find out how to get in the market. So listen, welcome for coming here. I want to say you are awesome for being here, because a lot of people talk about they want to be a part of it. I have free seminars all the time. I have classes where they can invest whatever, and they want to talk about being in it, but they really don't want to be about it. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for choosing to be a part of the solution rather than a part of the problem, because you probably have heard me say it before, if you have followed me at all, that we can't all the time control what happens to us, but we can control what happens in us. And I heard somebody else say it a different way. They say that we don't necessarily get to control what we go through, but we can control how we go through it. So some people are using this time of quarantine, this time of economic distress, this time of not being at work wisely. Some people are using it, others are using it just to focus on the negative, and they're getting worse and worse. So I'm glad that you're using it to invest in yourself. And I'm glad that I have the opportunity to be able to teach you something where you can invest in yourself. Some people are going to look back years later and say, hey, listen, during that time of the corona pandemic, I used that time and to strengthen my family socially, to strengthen my family spiritually, emotionally, and then also I invested in myself, and I took this online training and I invested in my family financially, and my life has never been the same again, based on what happened during the corona pandemic. So you're, I want to say, add a boy, add a girl for those people who are on here. You achieve and triumph through anything by becoming allergic to the average. A lot of average people are sitting around moaning, complaining, worrying, imagining how things can get, while you are taking advantage of the present. Okay, the present. One way to easily upset yourself to get you in a bad mood is to focus, or to not be present, to focus on the past, which is regret, or to focus on the future, which is a lot of times anxiety or fear. So you're in the present, you're taking advantage of what's here now. So I want to thank you. How many people are on here because you want to learn to invest in the stock market? It's not that hard, and you want to get in and get some of this good money. You want to get in and win. How many people are on here because you've been in the stock market before, and you've heard of it, but now you think it's a good time to get in? Either way, I want to welcome you to Stacks and Stocks, a table prepared for us. It's a special edition because, like I said, my regular Stacks and Stocks program is usually 1 day or 3 day live seminar, and we focus a little bit on stocks and more on stock options, earning income from stock options and that kind of thing. But my name is Victoria Gatsby. Like I said, I've been trading stocks for about 11 years now. I've been professionally trading stocks for about 6 years now. And what I mean by that is stock options, earning an income from stock options. I started to do that my last couple of years of teaching high school. I went in with a goal to replace my coaching income as the cheerleader coach so that I could spend more time with my child once I was getting ready to have a child. Then after I reached that goal, my next goal was to replace my teaching income, because I knew I was getting ready to leave the system. After I reached that goal, my next goal was to exceed my teaching income. And I achieved all those goals, thank God. It's as a result of a lot of education, a lot, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars I've spent on this education, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it. I promise you, I've gotten it back in spades. The hundreds of hours of education, but I'm glad that I'm here to teach it to you. I'm excited because, like I said, it's been a while since I actually have had a live class. It's been about 2 years since I actually have presented a live class, and so I want to thank you all, and I want to thank you all. Well, this is a special edition of I want to thank you all for allowing me to invest in you, and to somebody just sent me a message. Let me make sure that this is correct. Let me make sure. I'm looking on my phone now to make sure that I'm on, because I don't. Somebody just asked me, am I coming on? So I don't know what's going on, if they missed something or what. Okay, yeah, so we're good. And okay, yeah, so we're good. And guys, please, somebody tell me right now. Just say hello, Victoria, if you see me on live right now, because somebody's looking for me and they're saying that they can't find me. So please, right. So Jeff, you just heard that. Okay, great. I apologize for this, but somebody's looking for me on my page. Guys, somebody tell me right now. Just say. All right, great. So I'll continue. So once again, I want to thank you all for being on here. Let's get started. Let's jump right into it. So first thing is this: you want to get in and you want to make some stacks. It's not a get rich quick scheme. There's great money to be made in the market. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of training. It's just simple stuff. Now, yes, if you want to trade for a living, there are people who have hundreds of $1,000s or tens of thousands that they can trade for a living, and they have an extreme amount of education, but you're not there. A lot of you all on here because you know that the stock market is good. You've heard of it before, and the opportunity came about. You may know me or have heard of me or saw me on a Facebook ad or whatever, and you trust me to be on here tonight. So thank you for that. I apologize for the little riffraff, but somebody was looking for me on my page. I don't know what page they're looking for me on, but somebody's saying that they can't see my face. Yeah, you know, I actually have my screen share on, so as long as you can see, you should be seeing a stack of money right now. So yeah, we're on a slideshow. You're not see my face tonight. It's all about the content. So if you see me, just say that you see me. Okay. So once again, let's go ahead and get started. There are people, like I said, who make their living. Okay. Yes, I have a significant stream of income, and it replaced my income, my actual working income doing this. But like I said, I've done a whole lot more training than most of you all. But I want to share what I have with you all, because it doesn't take a lot of time or a lot of money to get into the market and take advantage of this, which this environment that we're in now, this environment happens all the time, guys. And so we're going to get into that. But like I said, just imagine, just looking at it, just picture what you want. Stop picturing scarcity and trying to figure out in your mind how you're going to do this, this, and this, and start focusing on what you do want. And that's what you will attract to you. And that's what this slide basically means. And so we're just going to go on now. So FAQs. Tonight, I'm just going to answer a lot of FAQs to help you get started in the stock market. Frequently asked questions. And so tonight, frequently asked questions, I want you to just jump in. So why would you get in the stock market now? Why am I teaching this? One thing is this: everybody needs some sleep money. Right here, everybody needs some sleep money. That's what I have at the top of this slide. What does that mean? Everybody needs some money that they can make while they sleep. All right. If you are a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're an engineer, if you work at a manufacturing plant, if you're a hairstylist and you make 6 figures a year, you make 80 grand a year, 70 grand a year, whatever it is a year, you still, if that is the only stream of income you have, and you have to be physically doing something to have it, that's not what God wants for you. There are several rivers that flowed out of Eden representing different streams of income, and everybody needs some sleep money, some money that they can make while they sleep, some money. And some of you all may already have that. You may have products that you sell online. You may have books such as myself where you get royalties. Products are shops online. Some of the things that I know I've invested in, you may have a business that your hands is totally off of it, meaning it's pretty much systemized now. And so you go in as a part of it, you go to it because you want to there, and not because you have to. The business actually runs itself, and you own a business rather than the business owning you. you may have some sleep money, but everybody needs sleep money, and it doesn't take very much to get into sleep money. The stock market is one of the best ways to get sleep money, which means once you have stocks, or you do what you need to do in the stock market, the money will just create itself. It will make money for you while you're doing it. So everybody needs that paper asset, or not even necessarily paper assets. It could be, like I said, a program or something you set up online. That's big now. It could be a business that you run, but everybody needs some sleep money, because you won't always be able to move and do. Not necessarily that's a bad thing, but you need rest. And also, if you're great at what you do and you earn a lot of money doing it, one day you won't be able to do it. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. We get old, or things happen, and so you want to have some sleep money. The more sleep money you have, or what they say, passive streams of income, the better off you are. The more you can rest, the more you can spend time doing the things that you love. And as they say, more of what you love, less of what you tolerate, and none of what you hate. That's what I heard somebody say. So sleep money, you want to get in the habit of getting sleep money. And the stock market is one of the quickest, least to get in there. And so to get in there and get some sleep money. And so next, it rains on the just as well as the unjust. Okay. And so that's a scripture in the Bible. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, it's a universal principle, which means we all go through hard times. But really, I did a post about this earlier this week. You want to be evergreen. God wants you to be evergreen, which means you're going to thrive in whatever the situation. If the economy's up, you can thrive. If the economy's down, you can thrive. There's a pandemic going on, you can thrive. If there's everybody's healthy and whole and well, you can thrive. So you want to be able, and because we have that capacity to be able to thrive um, in all situations. So it rains on the just as well as the unjust. So you need to have some gardens, some farmland that you can collect that rain, and you can benefit when it's raining. And then if it rains too much, you need to have some rice paddies that thrive with excess water. So what I'm saying is being evergreen. Evergreen means you are a plant, or some type of vegetation that flourishes in every season. We have that ability as humans. We have that ability as Americans. We have that ability as children of God. And so make sure that you get involved in things like this, what I'm doing tonight. When you see something you're interested in, whether it's real estate, whether it's the stock market, whether it's foreign exchange, launching a business online, make sure that you get all the information you can, so that you can do what we as humans were created to do. Come here, be fruitful, multiply, dominate the earth, and just have a great time on the earth, subduing it and making it work for us. So once again, what we as humans were created to do, come here. So don't ever be ashamed of flourishing. Okay. Why? Because, and what I mean, that some people are frowning upon, some people are getting flack for what they're doing in this time of turmoil and chaos. But like I said, what you focus on will expand. What you focus on, you will attract. All right. So if everybody's going through this, like I said, we can't control what we go through. We can determine how we go through it. We can't determine what happens to us. We can decide what happens in us, how we deal with it. So some people are using this to get better. Others are using this to get better. So don't be ashamed if you're expanding your business, if you're continuing business, if you're not locked in a corner somewhere, crying and weeping, or saying that we got to shut down and think about the health of people. Yeah, we got to think about the physical health as well as the financial health of people. Some of us are movers and shakers and producers. Others are consumers. Somebody has to get the keep the economy going. Yes, there are stimulus packages and things like that, but guess what? There's only so much that the government can do. That, as a matter of fact, the party of government that's in that house now is all about big businesses. Republicans always been about big business, because they believe that businesses help the economy more than poor average everyday people who are sucking from the economy. And I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just telling you their philosophy. And so don't ever be ashamed of flourishing and going to pursue what it is that God has given you to give to the earth, and add value and create streams of income so that you can help people. Number one reason I put right here: no one knows who depends on you. People don't know, who in your family depends on you, what customers or clients you serve that depend on you, what, even in this situation right now, what businesses that you are supporting that depend on you. So don't ever hesitate or shrink back. Secondly, it's your birthright. It's our birthright, like I said, to have gifts that make room for us and bring us before great men. It's our birthright to have sleep money, to have several rivers flowing out of the land, that promised land, or the Garden of Eden, when it was created, symbolically representing that we should have several sources of life and production. That's what a river represents: life and production. And no matter what civilization you study, It represents commerce, where ships are coming in and out. It represents water to water the vegetation. So you want to make sure that you understand it's your birthright. Okay, if people get mad at you, a lot of times it's because they don't realize it's their birthright, or they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And so you show that up in them when you're pursuing things. So hats off, at a boy, at a girl, to everybody who is using this time to invest in themselves as far as their professional and personal growth, along with their families during this time. All right, listen, third one is similar to the rest of them. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to have overflow to give. Somebody has to help the government keep the economy going. Somebody has to be wealthy. Somebody has to make sure that, when others need supplies and other people need, like I said, somebody gave a creative idea earlier this week. One of my friends was talking about, going out, and the businesses, small businesses who are struggling right now, they might be doing the carry out and the drive through, but they still may be struggling, going out and buying some gift cards, so that when we do return, because we will return to life where we can go out, then you can support them, or you can just give the gift cards away and have people go pick up food, whatever. But there are ways that well, let me put it this way, and I say it a lot. Somebody said this to me a few years ago, and it makes sense. I still listen say this a lot. One of the best things you can do for poor people is not be one of them, because somebody has to help, somebody has to generate the overflow. So that's the why. Okay, I'm just gonna go through the what, when, where, how, the 5W, 4W, and the H, right? So that's why you need to get in the stock market now, or get in some form of sleep money, some form of producing, using what's been set in place for us to produce and create wealth. And I don't know a lot about real estate. We kind of have real estate by default, because when I got married, my husband had, so we just have a property kind of by default. Yes, we're going to get into that more, because it is a pillar of wealth. But what I can teach you about, and what I feel comfortable in sharing with you, is how to get sleep money in the stock market. So let's jump in a little bit. All right, so FAQ, what is the stock market? What is investing in stock? It's truly owning a business. What do I mean by truly owning? Some people say they own a business, but really the business owns them, because if you are absolutely necessary to run that business, if you have to be present, if it takes your blood, sweat, and tears, it takes your handiwork, it takes your mental work, then you don't own the business. Now, there are some people who own businesses. They have other people franchising them for them. They have corporations, which there is a board, a CEO, a CFO, a COO. These people do the business, and whoever owns it never has to step foot in the door. Now, because they're good managers and they're good stewards, they will do that, because they should know what's going on if you own a business. But when you truly own a business, you just kind of put the money there, and the money makes money for you. And owning stock in a company is that you buy shares of stock. So it's not owning a franchise. You don't own a whole McDonald's, or own a whole Coca-Cola factory or location, whatever. You just have given Coca-Cola or Nike or McDonald's money to help them fund, or number two, leverage, okay, their money, so that they can do more, so that they have some cushion if maybe sales or whatever go down. But they open it up as a what they call it, initial public offer. They open, once they found their business and it does well, they open up and say, hey, listen, if you want to be in this business with me, I'll let you be part owner. Now, if you have one or two shares, you don't have as much power, you don't have as much voting rights and that kind of thing. But if you want to own a part of the company and truly own a business where you don't have to do anything, if you own stock in Ford Motor Company, if you own stock in Nike, if they go belly up or somebody does something scandalous, they're not going to come to you. All that happens is, maybe if the price of the stock goes up or down based on what's happening in the news, then of course you might lose or make money. But they're not going to come to you, because they have a board that's responsible for that. So you truly own a business. You don't ever have to go to work a day in a factory that makes Nike. If you own Nike stock, you don't have to worry about Nike getting sued, any of that. Only thing you worry about is however many shares you put into bought in the company. All right. And number two, like I said, is helping corporations manage and leverage their money. Leverage is a big thing about wealthy people and millionaires and successful people, billionaires. They may have money, but what they want to make that money stretch. And if they have $1 million, they want to use it like it's $10 million. And so what that means, you have $1 million, you start the company, it does well. Now you open it up and you get investors, and now you have $10 million to run that same company. Now next year might be worth 100 million, because you had $10 million to work with instead of $1 million. And so companies want you to buy stock, because it gives them more money to do what they're doing. They want you to have, it's a part of the American dream. You can own a business, never step foot in it. Okay. It's a paper asset. Owning stock is a paper asset. It's 1/3 of the wealth pillars. Now, if you've ever read Robert Kiyosaki, or um, who named some other people, Napoleon Hill. If you ever heard, if you so a lot of the wealth gurus, you know that if you're going to create wealth and you're going to be wealthy, financially independent, financially wealthy, there are three things you must have. All three of them. Okay. There is owning a business, an actual business. I don't mean owning stock now. You own a business that you actually put together, like a barbershop or a grocery store, a clothing line, a hair salon, whatever. Owning your own business where you can get tax. The main benefit that a lot of times is how you keep more of your money rather than Uncle Sam getting it. So owning a business is one third of the pillar of wealth. The second one is paper assets, which are things like stocks and bonds, things that they're not tangible. It's just like I said, you get a sheet of paper. They used to send out sheets of paper, but now it's electronic. When you buy stock in Nike or McDonald's, you have these shares, okay? And so it's just a paper saying you own it, ownership rights, right? And then the third pillar of wealth is real estate, owning real estate. So absolutely, if you're going to be wealthy, you have to have your hands and be successful in all three. The one I know most about, well, I know a good bit about business as well, but I can teach about business, and I have some seminars that I do on that, and I teach a lot of it during the stacks and stocks class about how to set up your business, and how we'll get a little bit more in that tonight. But for the most part, I teach a lot about stock investing because, like I said, that's where I've had the most success. Well, I guess owning businesses as well, but I guess where people need the most help, because a lot of people know how to get into businesses and manage them well. So a paper asset, stock is a paper asset. It's actually you just having ownership rights to a company, and it's one third of the wealth pillar. One third, the other thirds are real estate and owning a business. So if you're going to be wealthy, you need to have your hand in all three of those. All right. So next, frequently asked question: how much do I need to begin? All right. How much do I need to begin? All right. Not a lot of money. People think because you see people on TV, you see the Wall Street movie, you see the what was it? One of my movies, The Wolf of Wall Street. You see, the Boiler Room. That you got to have a lot of money. If you have money like that, you can make money easier and faster that way. But you don't. You can be the normal person that's working a job or working a side gig, managing a business or whatever, and you can start out with very little money in the stock market. Number one, why? It's because it's probably a seed. All right, it's probably a seed. If you don't have enough, if you say, well, you know what, I need this money to do X, Y, Z. All right, if you don't if you have enough money just to eat for tomorrow, okay, which is consumption, it's probably a seed that you need to invest rather than consuming. Because if you have just enough money to eat for tomorrow, and this is kind of going into a biblical principle, but it's a universal principle. If you have enough money just to eat for tomorrow, and someone offers you an investment opportunity rather than eating, okay, that money is probably will be better used as a seed, because once you eat tomorrow, you got that same problem again the next day, right? But if you have a chance to invest in education where you can continue to make money and make money for you, don't ever eat the seed, guys. Don't ever eat the seed. So if you say, well, you telling me you can do it with $100, but I only have $100. Okay, guys, there are programs set up. There are things going on where you can get food, and more than likely, you probably have some kind of job or something. Maybe your last, but nevertheless, I'm telling you a principle. All right, if in some of you all know the stories I'm talking about out of the Bible. Some of you don't believe in the Bible, but you know about seed principle. Okay, if you have a little, it's probably a seed. And if I had to give you advice, if you got a little bit of money, it's probably seed money rather than consumption money. It's investment money rather than consumption money. Consumption money means you eat it, it's gone. Investment, you use it, and you have a possibility of making more money for you. Okay, and like I said, possibility, because investments have risk. All right. Number two, learn with a little. Okay, even if you have a lot of money, learn with a little. Okay, and I'm glad I learned this. I actually learned this the hard way, and I can share it with you. That's why I love teaching. I'm glad that you're on here tonight. Learn with a little money, so that when you actually get big money and you want to invest, you've already learned the lessons. I rather learn on a small scale. Okay, learn on a small scale. Learn, when I bump my head, when I learn about balance and I bump my head and I fall, I want to fall off a bicycle, not a motorcycle, guys. Okay, you fall off a motorcycle, you're in trouble. All right, so you want to learn with a little money. So if you got a little money, that's all it takes. Get in there, learn, get some confidence, get some experience, get your weight up, as they say, get your confidence up, because the more successful you are at it, okay, the more you're going to um, feel like doing it and want to share and want to bring other people on board with you, and invest more in there. All right, WB is Warren Buffett. He's the third richest man in the world. He's a multi-billionaire. Okay, very humble, very frugal guy, because I'm gonna put a quote up here later. I've shared the quote with you several times this week and possibly last week. And a lot of times in a lot of stuff I talk about Warren Buffett's quote, and a lot of people might misunderstand it when he talks about greedy. He's definitely not greedy. He's very humble. Has lived in the same house for what, 30, 40 years, still drives a Buick. I think he just upgraded to a Cadillac, but he's the third richest man in the world. Very simple life. I think he drinks a Coke a day, eats at McDonald's breakfast every morning. Just a simple guy, but he started out with $100. Okay, he started out with $100, but he continued. He studied. He paced himself. He learned the market. He learned the stuff I'm going to teach you tonight. First off, and it's simple rules. Simple rules is not complicated at all. Okay, start with a little bit of money and just be consistent. All right. And number four, it's really about the habit. You want to get in the habit of having sleep money. You want, even if you make $2 or $3 on a stock, that's going to do something to um your pop what is it your serotonin and your what's that other positive chemical. It's going to it release those endorphins. It's going to make you want to do it. It's going to build on momentum for you. So it's really about the habit. Some of the first people I learned, studied with, some of the first mastermind groups and communities I joined when I first got into personal and professional development, wealth building from the inside out, they said they came up with this thing called money attraction. That whenever you find money on the ground or found money somewhere, you get some money, any kind of money, whether it's windfall money, which is unexpected, or it's your regular income, whatever. When you get money, you celebrate like crazy and you say, I'm a money magnet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Saying thank you to God and thank you to the universe. Letting God know you appreciate money, you welcome it, you celebrate it. It's not something trivial to you. So even if it's just a penny, okay, because you get into the habit of feeling good about money, you get into the habit of attracting money. Also, they started this thing, it's a part of the process where they tell you about making sure you start your financial freedom account. Find a way that you can get that sleep money, but you got to start out somewhere. And so they say put money into your financial freedom account every day, even if it's just a penny. It could be $1, it could be $50 out of your paycheck, but every single day. And people say, well, how am I going to find money every day? Guess what? Since I've been practicing this, and I added a different part to it. I don't not only say I'm a money magnet, I say I'm a money master. And I have a different part of it that I say. I'm a money magnet. New money finds me every day. I'm a money master. My money finds me new money every day. And guess what? I promise you, every day I go out into the world, money finds me. Every day. Sometimes it's from a sale of some of my products. Sometimes it's money laying on the ground. Sometimes it's money sitting on the counter for me. I kid you not. So it's really about a habit. When you say, listen, every day I'm putting $1 or penny. I put a penny into my financial freedom account as well as my kids' financial freedom account. Sometimes it's a water money. Sometimes it's a penny that I found in my purse or that found me on the ground, whatever. But you get into the habit. So even if you buy 2 shares of stock in a month, you make $1.82. It's the habit. Okay. Once you look at your account and you see that you're $1.82 up, okay, which is more than, I promise you, if you put $50 in the bank, it's not going to be $1.82 a month later. All right. So it's going to get you in the habit of wanting to do this, of wanting to learn more, wanting to invest more, being excited about it. You're going to want to talk about it and show people. You'll be pulling up your phone pulling up your account on your phone, pulling up your account on your computer. You're going to look at it several times a day. I'm telling you guys, it's about the habit. It's not necessarily about the coin right then, about how much, well, it is about the coin, but it's not about how much. It's about getting the habit. Like I said, Warren Buffett got in that habit. Now he's a billionaire. Okay. And so it's really about the habit. That's why you don't need a whole lot to get started. So I tell people $100 is good. Really, you can go under that because you can get, a share of something. But I say, at least get 2 or 3. So it's really about the habit. You don't need a whole lot of money. And some people, if you're on here saying, well, I need to make money faster than that, quicker than that, this is not the place for you. Because one thing, you'll get your head sliced doing that. I learned the hard way. But also you have to get the principles down. So I want you to get in the habit of doing that. Now listen, this is my son right here, right? Okay. So when you don't know when to buy, the next question is when. When should I buy? If you don't know when to buy, you're going to be like this. You're thinking you did something great. He thinks that that's a wonderful, artistic, um, creation that he just created, but it's really about to get him in trouble, right? So he's happy, he's smiling. I have to clean up these Funyuns, but so I'm not too happy about it, right? A lot of times you can go in and buy stock. And when I was a novice 10 years ago and I bought stock, yes, it was good because I had the mindset of investing and not consuming all of my money. That was good. But I bought it the wrong time. I bought it the wrong price. I want you to avoid that. I want to help you tonight to avoid buying at the wrong price, buying at the wrong time. Okay, simple rules. How you make money in the stock market is simple. Now, options is more complicated. I'm gonna tell you, just getting in the stock market is like middle school. Okay, trading stock options is like college. Okay, college, master's degree, PhD, that kind of thing. That's why I need to do that. I'm not so comfortable on doing that on video now. I want to do that in person, and I need at least about 3 days. And some of you I've heard about or been to my 3 day workshop, or well, if you probably not on here, if you're on here, you probably didn't come to my 3 day workshop, but you've heard about it. You may have known somebody who have come. But we spend a small percentage of the time on stocks themselves, and then we get into stock options. All right, which is much more advanced. You can make easier money quicker. Easier money quicker, but it's more risk and it's more knowledge. And so, like I said, when you don't know what you're doing, you can be just like my guy right here, my son Roman. Okay, thinking he's doing something great, something he's wonderful, he's proud of. You see his smile is up there. He's in his pajamas, barefoot, and put these flames all over the floor. So when I first bought stock, I think I'm doing great. It wasn't years later until I realized that I was buying stock at the wrong price and at the wrong time, leaving money on the table, losing money. And so I want to teach you about that. All right. So when is now still a good time to buy? Why? Because you're saying if you watch the stock market, you say it's going up, it's going down. Yes, it's very volatile right now. Volatile right now. Yes, we're kind of in a bear market because bear means, when bears attack. If you ever heard bear in what market we're in, when a bull market or a bear market, okay, bears pounce down on you. They attack with their head down, with their claws jumping down on you. Okay, a lot of times, even though they might stand up or do whatever, but they're going to really wrestle you to the ground. Bulls attack with their head up, horns up. So bull market is when the market is doing, the economy is growing. Okay, prices are going up. Okay, bear market is when the prices are going down. The economy may be crashing. So we're in a bear market. We get some good news about a stimulus package or something is going on in the economy, they may go up a few points. But right now, we're in the market is down 21% than it was 21% lower than it was last year. So we're not quite in a recession, but we're in a correction period. Corrections happen once a year, at least once a year. That's when the market falls anywhere from 10 to 33%, excuse me, anywhere from 10 to 19%. Okay, the market falls, then that's a correction. What is a correction? Is when everything goes on sale because everything has been overpriced. Okay, it's just like when you have an abundance of things at a store, or they get an abundance of things from the factory, and then they put a sale on whatever you buy from Walmart or whatever you buy from the grocery store. So about once a year, at least once a year, stocks fall and it looks really bad. It might not be a crash; it's called a correction. But they'll just pay attention to the market from now on. Once a year, anywhere from 10 to 19%. So right now we're in a time of correction. Okay, we're not quite in recessionary, but 21%. 21% is where we are. We're 21% lower as an economy, as the stock market, than where we were last year. So it definitely is a good time to buy. Okay, because it's always a great time to buy, either in a correction period or in a crashing period. Okay, recessionary, depression, that kind of thing. But we've only had one depression. A recession is a good time to buy. A great time to buy. A correction is a great time to buy. So right now we're in between a correction and a recession. Okay. And guess what? We've gotten into this. And yes, the on a great day when we hear great news, the market goes up 600, 700 points. But still, even though it's gone up 600, 700 points once or twice last week, we're still at 21% lower than we were last year. So we're still in a down market. And so it usually takes months, sometimes a year or two to get back. But nevertheless, we're good. But I'm going to tell you specifically in a few minutes how you can look and see if it's a right time for a particular stock that you want to buy. Okay, it's called the midpoint theory. We'll get there in a minute. But right now, let's look at the first bullet point on this slide: the beauty of the business cycle. Okay, when I taught high school, I used to tell my students, my high school economics students, I taught economics for 13 years. I still teach it sometimes in the junior college or technical college. But I tell kids, after you leave my class, you should never, ever again panic about a recession. Okay, you should never panic about a recession, because you see that a recession is a part of the business cycle, a part of the business cycle. And if I had been thinking, I should have put that a pictorial or a graphic of the business cycle. It's just like a hill. It's a mountain range. It's up, down, up, down. It flows just like a squiggly line, up, down, up, down, up, down. Business cycle, keyword cycle, means it continues. It will repeat itself. As long as we live, it's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the economy. We do well, we do well, we do well. We hit a peak, which means we're at full employment. We're at full spending. Pretty much we're producing everything we can produce right now. and we're at a peak, and then now it's time to start receding because we have to find new innovations, we have to find new resources, we have to find, and so we start to decline. Employment goes down, and then you hit a trough, which is you bottom out, and then you're climbing back again in expansion until you hit another peak. It starts all over again. Business cycle. A cycle means it goes and comes. It will continue. So as long as you live, you should know that recessions are coming. Warren Buffett has been sitting in cash. He cashed out of some stocks and had a lot of cash on hand for like the last what 4 to 5 years, and people are asking why. He's smart enough to know he's the third richest man in the world because of stock investing. He knew that a big crash was coming. He didn't know that it was going to. Now, sometimes it's things that are beyond our control, that are outside of the business cycle, like what's going on now. But whether we have a world scare or whatever, pandemic or a natural disaster, even if we don't have those, every few years or every so many years, it's usually like 7 and 10. You have a recession. Some are very mild. We've only had one depression because where we live in America, we're pretty smart. Okay, we have smart people. God has blessed us with smart people all over the world. So because we had a depression, now we have studied things to show the help when a recession comes, which will happen because it's a part of the cycle. We have things to correct now the economy so that we never enter a depression again. Recessions are natural. It's just like, and I'm getting a little graphic, like a woman with a menstrual cycle, her body has to rid itself of certain things every month, or it's not healthy. And so um you have to make sure, just like the evaporation cycle, water goes up, it rains, it comes back down, goes to the earth. It's a cycle, and so it will come. But like I said, because we have studied, we have economists, we have statisticians, we have people, sociologists that know that recessions are going to come. So if it ever gets too uh they last too long and it's heading towards a depression, we have things like the Federal Reserve Bank comes in and lowers interest rates so people can borrow and spend that money. You have stimulus packages, a government giving transfer payments, which is a transfer payment is what a stimulus check is that's about to come out. The government is just transferring money from the public sector, which is them, to the private sector. They're not getting any goods and services in exchange. They're just transferring money from them to us so that we can spend money. So a business cycle is normal. Never freak out about a recession because they will come. Okay, what goes up has to come down. When you ride a roller coaster, you're going to the top, you're happy, you're excited, you're throwing your hands up, but you're not going to stay up there all day. And so that's what the business cycle is. So you should always be prepared and know that a recession in the business cycle is it's a buyer's market. A lot of stuff goes on sale. I used to tell my kids, when we're in a recession, you see crazy advertisement at Applebee's and Chili's. You get 4 courses for $9.99. You buy one meal, you get another one free. You get all this stuff is going on because people know, in order to keep their businesses going, 25% of something is a whole lot better than 100% or 1,000% of nothing. And so to get rid of their inventory, somebody was just telling me, my family loves to go to Longhorn after church on Sundays. Okay, I like the outlaw ribeye. My aunt was just telling me earlier last week, the outlaw ribeye is like $16 now. I think it's regular like 26, because people are having inventory that they need to get rid of so that they can at least survive, or at least have some money to keep things going. And so recession is a buyer's market. So you should not ever be hesitant or reluctant or fearful about a recession, unless of course you're living paycheck to paycheck, and of course you're struggling, you're not doing what you need to do. Right, starting today, you need to be prepared. From now on, have some money ready, because real estate gets cheap, stocks get cheap, food, people have started businesses because a lot of stuff that they could buy to start the business was on sale in a recession, because loans are cheap because the Federal Reserve makes interest rates low, so it makes it attractive for people to borrow. So the beauty of the business cycle is that it's a cycle. Okay, so you know better, you should do better, you should prepare for it. Now, midpoint theory, whether in a recession or a particular recession, means pretty much all companies are down. So the whole stock market is probably on sale. But if something's going on with a particular company, like, something's going on where, people are backing away, or there was some bad news, or they had a scandal or something like that, then you can't use the recession there, because it's not a recession. Everybody's not in a recession. Just that company may be having a bad time, or the company may be on sale. And so that's where we get this second bullet point, the midpoint theory. Okay, the midpoint theory. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. That's one of the most important lessons you're going to learn here tonight. The midpoint theory tells you when it's good time to buy a stock, the stock that you're looking at. Okay, so corrections and crashes. All right, like I said, a correction is 10 to 19% when the stock falls, or the stock market falls 10 to 19%. That's a correction that happens about once a year. That's a good time to buy. All right. A crash is even worse when when the market is down 33%. We're at 21% now. Who knows? But you're at an opportune time right now because we're between a correction and a crash. If it goes to a crash, you're really, really, really in the money. You're gonna find some stuff really cheap, but you have to know what to buy and what not to buy because there's some companies that won't make it through this. But there are some companies like Nikes and Coca-Colas that pretty much it's the American way because the essence of who we are. The market will recover, but some companies are too new, too fresh, too I guess too common, or they don't have any kind of niche in the market or nothing that holds them down, and so they won't make it. But nevertheless, storms are a surplus. Okay, a correction is like a surplus. All right, that means you have too much, just like when stores put stuff on sale. They may have got an extra truck in, or their supplier supplied more, and so they can put it on sale because it's a surplus. You have more than enough. A storm, on the other hand, like a hurricane or something, may cause a crash, or let's say not a hurricane, maybe regional, but something like a pandemic could cause a crash. Okay, both of these are great times to buy. All right, great times to buy. Let me show you how you know. And we're gonna go back to this center bullet point right here, the midpoint theory. This is how you know when it's a good time to buy based on just looking at the prices. All right. So a good time to buy, like I said, Warren Buffett. I've said this quote a lot in the last few weeks, inviting you here, as well as anytime I teach a class on this, I talk about this quote right here. He just said, Warren Buffett, third richest man in the world, made most of his money with stocks. Okay, now he owns businesses because he's into those three pillars of wealth. He owns real estate, business, and stocks. But he started out with $100 in the stock market to get all this money, so that now he owns Haynes, he owns Geico, and all this kind of stuff. But he says, when other people are fearful, that's when you need to get greedy. That's in a recession, you should have some money stacked up from now on. If you don't have any money now, if you only have $100, which I don't think you would be on here if you didn't have $100, because you've seen the stuff I put up. It's going to take some money to get in the stock market. So next time, maybe you'll have $1,000, $10,000, so you can really rack up. Because he says it in his quote: "When it's raining gold, you don't go get a thimble, you get a wheelbarrow." Right? So he says when other people are fearful, like everybody's panicking now, average people are panicking now, but you're not average. You're on here investing in yourself. So when other people get fearful, I get greedy. When other people are greedy, when people are like, yes, the economy's doing good, Nike's growing, it's up $10, Bank of America's up, it's up $10. That's when it's overpriced, guys. When everybody's in it, move opposite from the crowd. Move opposite from the crowd. I talk about that a lot in Better Than Average, allergic to the average. If everybody's on it, it's probably not a good idea. But everybody right now is like, oh no, I can't spend any money. Oh no, the market's crashing. Let me take my stuff out. Listen, if the market's crashing, you're taking stuff out, you're losing money. You don't have to. Okay. Now, if those people who actually use the stock market for a living, okay, they may be in trouble. If you have money in there that you don't need, that you're just using it to turn over and keep making money, you don't jump out when the market's crashing because you're losing money that you don't have to. All right, so we're gonna listen to WB, Warren Buffett. People are fearful now. It's time for us to get greedy, and not greedy in the sense of the word, but that most people know. But greedy, that it's time for us to put a lot on our plate, basically. Okay. All right, so what do I buy? So we're still on this question. What I was taught this, I believe it, I love it. Your investment dollars should follow your consumption dollars. Whatever you like to buy, why not? If you're going to buy it, if you not like to buy nice clothes, you like to eat out or whatever, why not invest in a company that when you eat out, you're actually helping your own stock? Okay, or when you're taking people out, you're encouraging people. If you take people out for business dinners, or you buy for your office or your staff or whatever, you are going to, if there are companies that you support, you wear them, you use them, you eat there, then why not invest in them if they're solid companies? First of all, if they're not solid companies, why are you spending money? But some people, because of their emotions, because they like to eat, they don't care that the person who owns it is a racist, or that they use animals on their testing or whatever. But let your investment dollars follow your consumption dollars. So those are some of the companies you should be looking at. All right, so let's take a look at some things. CVS. Okay, CVS is of course the drugstore, right? CVS. The reason I like CVS is because I like what they represent. One of my mentors, he said that if you're not willing to own a company for 10 years, don't own it for 10 minutes, because he knows about options, that options expire. You can sell them from month to month, right? You can make money from month to month. That's options. We're not going to get into that. But he's basically saying, if you don't believe in what a company stands for, which is what I kind of just said, If you don't believe in what the company stands for, like he doesn't, he believes that sugar is poison. He's pretty much eliminated out of his diet, out of his wife's diet. That's why they're very old, but they look very young and good because they have, people, coaches that help them. They have aging coaches, but they're eliminating sugar. And a lot of people lately have been talking about how poisonous sugar is, how it causes a lot of the problems that we have in America that can be avoided, a lot of the diseases. It makes you sluggish. That it literally is poison, the kind of sugar that we have here, because it's, processed. All right. And so if you don't believe, he said that, he's not going to buy Coke because they use sugar. They do a lot of sugar now since they've become healthy or whatever. But I believe in that. You might not be in that person. You might say, I just want to make money. Like I have a cousin that's like, hey, I want to do the marijuana stop. When it first came out, I'm gonna get it while it's low. I don't necessarily believe in what that stands for and what it's about, so I don't do it. But I'm telling you how I go about doing it. You make your own choice. So CVS, because they said that they were being incongruent, or they were contradicting themselves, that they were selling health care. They were all about health, but they were selling cigarettes. So they stopped selling cigarettes. So I started to look at them a few years ago. So listen, right now, when the market closed Friday, CVS was at 58.60. Now, if you look it up, it might say, a dollar or two up or down, because there is aftermarket trading. A lot of people don't know that when the market closes at 4, there's still a way that you can trade after hours as well as before hour trading, before it opens at 9:30. A lot of people don't know that, but I know it because, like I said, I've been trading for about 10 years and I have a good bit of education. Multiply, dominate the earth, and just have. And so CVS, guys, CVS is at 58.60 right now. Now, is it a good time to buy? Let me tell you what you do. You do the midpoint theory. I talked about it a few minutes ago, the midpoint theory. Next to 58.60, you see 51.72 and 77.03. What that is the 52-week range. In the last year, the lowest that CVS has been is $51.72. The highest that has been is 77.03. So you find the midway between those. And if the stock ever gets to that price, okay, you buy it. If it gets to the lowest point, you definitely buy it. If it gets below the lowest point it's been, so if it gets below 51.72 or at 51.72, you definitely need to buy it. Okay. If it gets to midway, so midway between 51 and 72, add them up, divide by 2, you're going to be at about $64. Okay, 64. So if CVS gets to $64, it's a good buy. Guess what it's at right now, guys? 58.60. It's at 58.60. The lowest it has been in the last year is 51.72. The highest is 77.03. So if it ever gets midway between those, it's a good time to buy. Guess what, guys? It's below midway. So right now, CVS might be a good company. Now, the question you might want to ask yourself, though, is CVS, how are they doing? Are they closing down? How long have they been around? Now, that might be a question that might say, I don't think. Now, if this was a McDonald's, you would do it, because McDonald's is worldwide. It's been around for centuries. Not centuries, excuse me, decades. And they're doing exceptionally well. They find a way to recover. It's like it's a part of the American lifestyle, right? And now it's abroad as well. But CVS, if you think they're going to make it like in the next few years, I definitely don't think they would be wiped out as a result of this pandemic. So that it's going. I think you would have enough time to make money with CVS. Dollar General, one of my favorite, one of the stock options that made me the most money to date. Dollar General, consumption dollars again. Okay, Dollar Generals are popping up all over the place. You're going to see one even if you're in the poorest neighborhood. If you're in a metropolitan neighborhood, they're popping up everywhere. I take the scenic route a lot of times, and I go through a lot of rural places, and guess what? Dollar Generals are everywhere. And the reason, and it's not just because of that, because there's a lot of other places expanding. But the reason I know Dollar Generals are going to be okay is because they sell inferior goods, and they do it a lot of times in neighborhoods that have no choice but to shop with them. And some people actually were giving them flack about that. But even when the economy is going down, Dollar General is probably still going to thrive. And I've seen this happen because they sell inferior goods. When you can't make it to a Walmart, or you can't continue shopping the way you were shopping at a regular grocery store or at a Dillard's or a TJ Maxx, Dollar General is probably in your neighborhood, and you can continue getting some things for a little bit of money. And so even if you look on the stock market right now, you're going to see that Dollar General is growing. Dollar General has been going up. But right now, Dollar General, it closed Friday at $146.12. The lowest it has been in the last year is 116.15. The highest it has been is 167.44. So midway between that is about 140, 141. Okay. Guess what? You're very close to that right now, 146. And guess what? Probably Monday or Tuesday, at some point next week, you're going to be at 140, because it'll jump up and down it's a good time to buy. I would say a good time. When I bought Dollar General, I was teaching my students, and I actually just kind of did it as an experiment. I bought it probably about 6, 7 years ago. It was like 40 something dollars. The next year was like 70 something within a year's time. You don't usually see a lot of stocks that just double, almost double like that. Dollar General is going to be okay. I would say now is a good time for you to be looking to buy Dollar General. Like I said, look at the 52-week range, find the midway. If it gets to the midway, it's a great time. If it gets to the lowest point, it's an excellent time to buy it. Okay. And so GPS, Gap, I've traded Gap before, Gap Inc. I don't know if Gap Inc. is gonna make it because they've been shrinking, falling down. I don't know if it's, well, let's say the brand itself might be okay. I know Gap stores are closing down all over. Now, I like Banana Republic, which is a part of Gap Inc. Gap Inc. is made up of Banana Republic, um, Old Navy, and Gap. Okay, Gap stores are closing down. I've seen in the last year or so seen them close down. The one that used to be here left a long time ago in the city where I'm from, but I thought it was just based on the nature of the crowd here. But even in cities that have a different population, Gap stores are closing down. But I don't know if Old Navy and Banana Republic will sustain them. But Gap, I think the last time I traded Gap, it was like $15, and that was maybe a few years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. Right now, Gap is selling at $7.79. All right, $7.79. The lowest it has been in the last year is $6.04. The highest has been 27. Midway through that is about 16, $17. Guess what? Right now it's at 7.79. Now, if Gap was a solid company and I thought it was just absolutely gonna make it, I would definitely load up right now because the midway point, which is a good way to buy, is about $17. Okay, it's way below $17 right now. It's $7.79. But here, you don't know if Gap is a solid company, and if you're going to, you definitely wouldn't want to buy a bunch of shares of this. You maybe buy 4 or 5, right? CMG, Chipotle Mexican Grill. Oh man, another one. When I was actually um transitioning to from teaching school full time and trading full time. CMG. Well, no, this is right before when I still was teaching. The last couple of years of teaching, I used to use these trades to show my kids about trading because I taught stock market and economics. Right, CMG made a lot of money. It was fairly new then. Even when it was crashing because they had that salmonella thing, I used that to make money because you actually can make money with the market going down in options. You actually want it to go down more because, but we're not going to get into options here in stock market. You if you think the company's gonna last, I didn't think after two big incidents with salmonella, but it's at the highest it's been this year is $940. Okay, the last time I was trading CMG was like 230 something, so it's grown. All right, I think they may be around here's where you really need to have some guidance and study though. They're not old enough to say if they're going to be around. I think they're less than 10 years old. Okay. Now, if it was well, I can't even see like a Pizza Hut or something because Blockbuster, they didn't want to change with the times and Netflix took them over. But if you say like a Ford Motor Company, a Nike, and McDonald's, great. CMG though, it's at, like I said, right now, CMG midway between 415 and $940 is about $677, right? Midway. They're well below that right now at 635. So you may want to get a couple shares, but that's still kind of expensive. All right. CVS is pretty reasonable. You can get 1 or 2 shares, with $100 or get, Gap still reasonable. Dollar General is kind of reasonable. $635 is a bit much for people just getting in the market. RL, Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren. Okay. Ralph Lauren, I trade a lot options with Ralph Lauren. I like Ralph Lauren as a brand. I don't necessarily like Polo because I'm not into the advertising for him, but I like his style. I like his story as well, Ralph Lauren. So the highest it has been in the last year, 62.01. The highest it has been is $133.63. The lowest Ralph Lauren has been is $62.01. Midway to that, it's like 190, 195 is about 97 or $98. Okay. Guess what? Right now it's 67.99. I think Ralph Lauren's gonna be around. He's a classic American person. He's built tremendous wealth for himself. He's all about winning. He's gonna find a way to win. They just started rebranding last year, I think, and I did a story about a success principle you can learn from that about being exclusive and having high quality stuff. But he found out that the brand was falling down, and he was saying it was too common, too many people. It was too accessible to people, and that's not what he wants the brand to represent. Polo is supposed to be about luxury, wealth, and that kind of stuff. Actually, plain polo type people. And even though he came from humble beginnings, but that's the life he always wanted for himself. So he did something to rebrand. He was like, we gotta cut some collections, make some stuff limited time. We're not putting certain stuff on sale. And so what I'm saying is he finds a way to win. So I think Polo is classic American. All right, he's been designing uniforms for the Olympics several times for the American team. The movie The Great Gatsby, the new one as well as the old, he did the uniforms for. So he finds a way to stay relevant. He finds a way to pretty much make it happen. So I think Ralph Lauren's going to be around. So right now would probably be a great time to buy Ralph Lauren because, like I said, the midway point, which is a good point to buy it, is at $97.50. It's at $67 right now, or 68, guys. $67.99. It's a good time to buy Ralph Lauren because it's going to recover. Okay, it's going to recover. All right. Why is it? What's the midpoint thing? You look at the lowest prices being in the year and the highest price, and that's telling you what range it trades at in a year. So it's saying within a year's time, it's probably going to be back to that highest price or higher. So if you bought it at midway, you have a good chance of it making you money, basically. All right. The lower you buy it, the more chance it's going to make you money because it's saying that in the last year it has been as high as 133. So within a year's time, it could be at 133 or greater. Okay, maybe not in a recession. It may take 2, 3, whatever. But usually, I don't think it's going to be that long. My experience, it has not been that long. All right, Nike. Nike is a big one. $83 right now. Midway between 60 and 105. So that's 165 divided. So right now Nike's midpoint is right on it. It's about $83 would be the price to buy it at. Guess what? What's the price right now? 83.23. So Nike's gonna be around, I think, guys. Nike is going to be around. Okay. Reebok has come and gone or gone and come. Got bought out by Adidas. It's kind of trying to resurface. But Nike's pretty much classic American once again. It's universal or international, and they find a way. Walmart is pretty classic as well. Walmart's midway point, the lowest is 96, 128. It's about 112. So right now Walmart is below the midpoint. It would be a great time to buy Walmart. You know Walmart's gonna be around. KO stands for Coke. KO, 36.27 was the lowest in the last year. 60.13 is the highest. Midway through that, that's about 90, about $45, right? 96, no, about $48. It's it's now currently trading at 42. Okay, and it probably will get lower, give or take a few dollars in the next week or so. So yeah, Coke would be great right now. I've traded US oil before. Right now, US oil is not doing the best. Like I said, when I traded it, I think US oil was around about $15 as well, about the same price I used to trade Gap at. So the highest has been in the last year is only 13.86 US oil. Right, midway would be about $9. It's half of that right now. So if US, I think oil is always going to be big, guys. The US, so that represents an industry. It's not a company. That's called an ETF, an exchange traded fund. It represents a whole industry. XRT, which is the retail industry. Okay, shopping. I'm not gonna get into that, but that's pretty much how you find it. So another question: where do I trade? There are several platforms that I know of. I'm familiar with. My main platform that I go to is E-Trade. That's where I do most of my trading. I have an account with Vanguard, and that's used for my kids' retirement fund for their accounts. Well, they have one at E-Trade as well. You have Robinhood, which they're saying no commissions, no fees. Scottrade, I'm not sure if Scottrade even exists anymore. I didn't look it up. That's the first brokerage I ever traded with, Scottrade, right? Ally is the same. I think it's no commissions with that as well. So when you make a trade, you don't pay to make the trade, if I'm not mistaken. I have an account with Ally, but I never did funded it or did anything with it. So I've traded with E-Trade. I still do now. I've traded with Scottrade. I no longer, and I trade with Vanguard right now. I do know about Ally and Robinhood. As a matter of fact, I think Ally is actually because they say you need an ally. Um, not Ally, Robinhood, I think gives you a free share of stock. Some of the big companies like Apple and Microsoft, when you get people to sign on under you. So I could have been using that when I teach classes to get stock, but I haven't. I feel more comfortable with E-Trade, and that's the company I go with. So E-Trade is the most familiar. I use Vanguard. Vanguard is a little slower because it's more so. Um, well, yeah, I don't really like the platform that much, but like I said, I do some trading on there for my kids, through my kids' account. And so those are some companies. You may have others that you want to ask me about, which is fine. Another FAQ: what if I can't afford to lose money? Okay, I'm gonna tell you like a quote that I heard on the new movie Harriet. It's not new, but it's the newest version of the Harriet Tubman story. The preacher was telling her when she was getting ready to escape and go towards the railroad and escape for the first time before she ever came back and got people. He said, Fear is your enemy. Trust in God. Okay. My first mentors, any other coaches, teachers I've learned from the stock market say that emotions will get you killed. And the two main emotions are greed and fear. Greed and fear. Fear will have you selling things when you shouldn't because the market's going down, but you should be buying them. It'll have you going against things that you know to be right, that you've learned. Not necessarily right, but you've learned that it's right by being in a training like this. Fear will have you, get out of trades too soon, all types of stuff. So fear is your enemy. Fear will have you never getting started. Hey guys, you spend $100 probably on eating out. You spend $100 on clothing. Get started so that you can get used to doing it. And like I said, you build a habit. You get that those endorphins pumping when you make good trades and you get used to having sleep money. So fear is your enemy that will tell you not to get started, that you don't know enough, and this kind of thing. I didn't want to spend too much time on here tonight, but it's I usually do my lives about an hour. This might take a little bit longer, guys, but just hopefully you're still here with me. All right. There are legit ways to never lose in the stock market. One way is to never get in. And I'm not joking. I'm not being cynical. One way is to never get in. But if you never get in, you definitely will never find or never experience one of the easiest ways to make sleep money. Make money while you sleep. To make money that you have to do nothing for really, but click a couple buttons. All right. That's one way to never lose money in the stock market. Never play. Also, another way is whatever you invest, go ahead and make that back, take that off the table, and then it's called playing with house money. Okay, if you put $100 in, after you make $100, you take your 100 out and you just trade with the money that you have. Okay, that you earn. And therefore, if you lose, you never lose your own money. Okay, you never lost anything because you took your original investment off the table. Okay, there are also ways to never lose. When the market, let's say you buy Nike at whatever it was, $83, and tomorrow it goes down to $73. On paper, you've lost $10, but really you don't lose the money until you sell the share. You know, because we live in America and we're going to recover. The only way we're not going to recover is the end of the world. At the end of the world, you're going to lose the money because you're about to lose your life, right? So Americans, the government, because so many other economies depend on us, because it's the American way. We have so many smart people on earth. We have so many. Uh, we're going to recover. Sometimes it takes longer than usual. That's why it's good to buy when the market's down. Fear will say, "Oh, it's not going to ever go back up." Now, if it's a company that's only been around 1 or 2, 3 years, and they're not making good choices, as my daughter says, then of course you don't know if they're going to make it. But if it's a Coke or a Walmart or a Ford or whatever, sometimes it's a Lehman Brothers, a big bank that you never thought would crash. But most of the time, you're going to find a way. They will recover. Like I said, Gap, I don't know about that because it's been going down for years. All right, but Coca-Cola, I would do it in a minute. Ralph Lauren, I would do it in a minute. So there are legit ways to never lose. One thing is the third thing: paper losses. You lost if you bought it for $83 and it goes down to 73 tomorrow. In your mind or on paper, you lost $10. On your computer, it may say $10, but you don't lose the money until you sell the stock. You hold it on to it until the market recovers, because it will. That's why you don't put money in here that you need to live. $100 is a great amount to start because you probably got that maybe tucked in your mattress some way, or you spend it on food or whatever. Okay. Um, Difference in rich and poor people. Poor. This really shouldn't be in here. There's a slide. I didn't take it out, but poor people. I heard somebody use this acronym, and it's funny because a girl who actually who's on here tonight should be on here. She actually used the acronym. I'm like, I was gonna use that tonight. You probably have heard it before. POUR stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly. Now is a great time to get in the market. Now is an awesome time to get in the market. It's probably going to get even sweeter. Okay, just put $100 in that. If you lose $100, guys, just consider it like you went out to eat. All right, but you're not going to lose $100 if you do what I tell you to do. So rich people see money as a seed. They see it as a tool. Poor people see it as a harvest. I want to eat it. I want to consume it. I want to have fun with it. And then when it's time to invest, I want to be scared. But you're not scared to go spend money on overpriced stuff that makes Ralph Lauren rich. Why not buy some Ralph Lauren shares? Okay, why not buy some Ralph Lauren shares? You're not afraid to go out and go to Longhorn and Red Lobster when you really shouldn't be going. So why not buy Darton? Okay, I think it's Darton Restaurants. Why not buy some Darton shares? And I didn't look at Darton, but you're fearless when it comes to consuming money, being a consumer. But when it's time to produce and make some money for your family and actually uh, help the economy as well as help yourself at the same time, now you want to be fearful. What if I lose the money? Do this $100, even if it's $1,000. A lot of people spend $1,000 on cosmetics, hair, nails, clothing a year. Some people spend that a month. Truly, all right. And so poor people pass on opportunities repeatedly. This is a great opportunity to get in the market, guys. It's a great opportunity. All right, rich people see opportunities and hey, they say, listen, let me make it take advantage of it because I need sleep money. I need money making money for me, whether I'm working or not. All right, guys. So what's next? What's next? What you need to do to get into this so you can get into this market right now. While prices are down, and probably will continue to go down for a little while before they actually start to go back up to stay up. Like I said, it's volatile. We hear about the stimulus package. The market has a good day. It say the market was at all-time high. All right, or it's the highest it's been in days. But then again, it'll go back down. So it's volatile right now. But now is a good time. I think at least for the next month or so, you'll have a good time to get in the market. All right. The the Federal Reserve is doing things. Their stimulus package is coming down and things like that. And so somebody's saying it's a lot of static and things. So let me the volume is up and down. Okay, I apologize. It might just be me, guys. I apologize for that. But thank you for telling me that, Cynthia. All right, so you need to open an account as soon as possible, guys, because like I said, there are things the reason we in America we haven't seen but one depression in the 30s is because we know how now that a recession is normal, they will come, and we know how to not keep them from being so severe that they turn into a depression. So there are things in place right now. There are stimulus packages coming out. The Federal Reserve is lowering the interest rate. So there are corrections going on in the economy. So you don't know how long before stocks start to rise again and stay rising. So you want to get in. You want to open an account soon. Okay, with you can do one of those agencies I showed you, or you may know somebody who trades with a different one, or you may have experience with someone else. All right, you want to fund it, put some money in it. Okay, I don't know any accounts that you have to have minimum. Not none of the ones I'm trading with now that you have to have a minimum. Okay, so you can put $100 in there. Do know that some like E-Trade there are some commissions. So if I trade, it may be a $3.75 commission just for the broker placing the trade for me. All right, so fund it, put some money in there, right, guys? I would say don't put over $500, even if you're a big ball. Well, let me not say that because there's some people on here who have a lot of money to invest. Okay, but if you put it in there, you may be tempted to go in and do some stuff. But hey, if you want to do it, fine. Because if you go by these rules, you should be great. All right. The next thing you want to do is place your first trade. Don't get caught up in the over under syndrome where you overanalyze things and you underperform. If you want to reach out to me or whatever, that's fine. But just go by the things I said. This video is recorded, so you can go back and see it. I'm gonna leave it up for a while. Place your first trade. Okay. Maybe a small trade, you may only be able to afford one share. That's good. Two shares, that's good. Learn with your small money, right? Next thing is study and save money. Study, okay? There are YouTube videos that are free. There are programs you can buy from people. There are books you can buy. All right, where you study and continue to save money. Saving money is good, but the best is to invest money. Saving money is good because it's better than spending it. But saving money means it's a pile of money there for somebody to get. Some people say it's a rainy day fund. I don't say that because I believe in the power of language. If you say it's a rainy day fund, that's what's going to get. Something's going to happen. I say opportunity fund, but when you have money saved, it just means that you're going to use it for something that'll be gone. But an investment says, I want to keep making money with it. So study and save your money so that you can continue to invest. But study and save, study and save. Next thing you want to do, study and save money. Do more of it. Get around people. Listen to YouTube videos. People who trade. If you have relatives that trade. If you have friends that trade. If there's an investment club around, get in that. Study and save money. Next thing is join a mastermind or a coaching group. There could be you can look up meetups online. Like I said, there may be friends or relatives that are part of investment groups or maybe willing to teach you. All right. Place more trades. When you put more money in your account, place other trades. Look at certain companies. You could buy more of the same share. Let's say you started off with one share of Coke. You want to buy more Coke, or you want to buy something new now. Just place more trades so you get more familiar with it. You get more confidence. Those endorphins start to be released. Study and save money. I can't emphasize that enough. Place more trades. Okay. Place more advanced trades. You then later on, maybe a year or two from now, you want to get into trading options. Options is not for babies. It's not for the kids. Okay, but you want to learn, and you could just there's one option trade I can teach you that's very simple. It's guaranteed to make you money every month like a rental property. You just got to have a few $1,000s to do it. Okay, well in a market like this, you might not need a few thousand. You may need maybe 12, 1,500. But it's easy, and I actually would like to teach. That's very simple to teach. It's not an advanced option strategy. So this is what you need to do now to stay in the energy to take advantage of this market. Now, I know a lot of you have been on here with me, and I usually teach classes 1 day or 3 days, but because of the pandemic, I'm staying healthy, I'm staying safe, but I know people want to get in, people want to get more information. I don't stay on here for longer than an hour. I don't want to keep people too long. And a lot of people maybe have dropped off. But of course, if you want to get if you're interested to win the drawing, okay, by sending me too much to my email, then of course I will announce that in a minute when I get ready to close out. But you had to stay on here for the entire time. Now, a lot of people, you may be able to go and do this now. Okay. You may be able to go in it and do everything I said right now because you're a fast learner. You already knew a little bit about stocks. You already knew a little bit about, or you can take my instructions, which are good instructions, and you can go forth and do it. But there are some people, okay, there are some people who cannot. Some people need a little more help, and I want to offer you that too. Y'all actually want to teach you a class. I want to spend maybe about 2 more hours with you. I can teach this in 3 hours. We've spent about an hour together now. Probably maybe maybe about an hour 15 once I get off of here. Hour 15, hour 20. But I want to teach you. I want you to get in the market and be trading by as soon as next week, possibly, if you want, because a lot of times you send money to the account, even if you do it electronically, it takes a couple of days to clear. All right, but some people need a little more help. Some people have got everything they need tonight, and it's like, yes, I like it. I think I can do it. And some people are like, I think I can do it. I just need a little more help. So I want to offer you. I actually have a program that I want to put you on. I want to offer you. It'll be Friday night, because I can't do an in-person training. And this is simple. It's not like trading options. I feel comfortable teaching it online. So actually, I put together a little program for you, a stacks and stop table prepared for us program. A table is prepared for us now in the presence of our enemies, guys. And if you're a biblical scholar, even if you're not, if you believe in the Bible, you've heard that before. It's a part of the 23rd Psalm. There's a time for us to eat now. Stocks are on sale. You can get in. I want you to get in, even if you just have $100. Okay, some people are about to get some extra money. Like I said, you say, well, I need that for bills or whatever. But guys, like I said, it's probably some of it needs to be a seed, because they're saying right now $1 trillion might not even be enough to do what needs to be done in the economy. So some of it you need to use for a seed. You need to use this, to build yourself, to grow yourself. And so this program, I actually want to a live training course, which if I did it in person would be about $199.99. Well, $119.99, about $2,000 if I did this in person per day. Um, and then I want to put you on a coaching call free, which is valued at $1,000, because it's twice a month, bi-weekly coaching call. Every 2 weeks I do a coaching call, and I do it for an hour. So it's about, usually when I sit down with people for any kind of consultation or training or whatever, it's $250 per hour. And so if I give you 2 months free to the call that I do, and people are on that call right now, we talk about a lot of good things. If you want it to be on that, for 2 months, it would be about $1,000, right? Because I'm giving you $250 worth of information, um, every 2 weeks. All right. So the total value of this program is really $2,999. Okay. And don't jump off here. Don't freeze up and like I don't have it. Just wait, guys. Let your mind expand. Okay. There's a table prepared for you. Trust me. I know what's going on in the economy, and I know that everybody's not broke as well, but I know people are on here, and so I understand what's going on. I want to help as many people as possible. I really want this to change your life, because it will if you let it. All right. So the value of this program, not the price, the value of this program that I'm putting on is $29.99. But I'm not. I definitely know that you can't do that. It's not a live course. I'm going to have to do it online, so that's going to cut out a lot of the expenses as well, as far as building and that kind of thing. All right, but this course, so that's not the price. That's the value of it, though, because I'm going to do something special for you all. This course is going to save you a lot of money, months and years and stress. Okay, a lot of like I said, listen, let me tell you this. I just became a professional trader about 4 or 5 years ago. All right, reached all my goals, replaced income, exceeded income as a school teacher. Right, I the first time I made $2,700 in 12 minutes. I was teaching my school students, and I put the trade in, spoke, lectured for about 10 minutes, came back, and I had made $2,700. And I showed them, I told them about it. Guess what? You can do it like that. Now that's options. That's a little riskier, but you can do it in the stock market as well. You're just gonna need more money. But then also, guys, I've actually lost a large sum of money before. But the education, the experience that I have, I wouldn't trade it for anything, because it has paid me back in spades. So I want to save you some time. I want to save you money from, like I said, buying stocks at the wrong time and at the wrong price. All right. You never pay full price for anything. That's a principle of the wealthy, not even stocks, not real estate. It's a way to get everything on sale. Everything. It's not being cheap, it's being money conscious. Wealthy people don't pay full price for anything, especially Warren Buffett. He does not pay full price for stocks. So I want to save you stress, because I want to save you years and months of stress, as well as stress. All right. I want to teach you how to trade the stock market very successfully. very successfully. It's going to take 2 hours and you'll be ready to place your first trade. All right. I'm going to go in on my platform and show you exactly how to place a trade based on the information I guess gave you about midpoint and that kind of thing. Tell you what price to pay and what not to pay, because you can put your own price in. Just because you go in the store and a jacket says $50, you know it's going to go on sale at some point. Same thing with stock. The first time I placed the trade, I was happy, but later on I learned I never should have paid the price that they had up there. All right, I'm going to give you trading insights about your picks. Whatever companies you want, I'm going to give you some insight as to why you should or should not buy that company now or ever. Okay. Um, I want you to trade in as little as 2 weeks from now. I said about a week, but sometimes Friday. Let's see. It could be a week. Like I said, some people may have to send a check. You may send it electronically, and the money has to clear in whatever platform you trade from. I want to get you the winners and the investors and the money mindset. Fear is gonna crush you. You need to do something to have some sleep money. Okay, and some every money. I'll tell you about every money in a minute. I want to introduce you to introduce you to a group of winning, investing, money-minded people. When you get on that call every 2 weeks, okay, the 2 months that you get free, when you get around some of the people I introduce you to, you're going to have that mindset about investing, about making money, make money for you, about having sleep money, about having every money, about being an investor rather than a consumer, okay? And then I'm going to adopt you into this trading support system where I can help you if you need help, guys. I want to give you all this. I want to show you how to place your first trade, and you'll be good from going on from there. All right. So I told you I wasn't. It was not 1999 is what it's worth. Absolutely, absolutely what it's worth. Okay, but of course this is online. You're not gonna see me in person. You can't ask questions and stuff because it'll be on Zoom. But the value price of this is $697. Okay, $697. Then I'm gonna give you that stuff I just told you plus bonuses. All right, these are the bonuses. All right, so April 3rd, that'll be Friday. April 3rd, we're gonna be on Zoom doing this. I'll be teaching this on Zoom. All right. If you sign up tonight and you get this package, it's going to be an Every Money t-shirt. I'll show you about that in a minute. If a $25 value. It has not been released yet. It's on my business. One of the shirts that I just released, but it hasn't been released yet. You'll get the first one. I haven't even ordered mine yet. Well, I did. It hasn't gotten to me yet. So you'll get an Every Money t-shirt to get you in that mindset. Every Money just means you need money. You need sources of income that come in every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. Some of you just have, you get your money that comes in every week if you get paid every week or every month. But what kind of investments did you have that make money for you every hour on the hour? What kind of investments did you have that makes money for you every day? You don't get paid just, I'm not, you earn money every day, but it only comes to you maybe every 2 weeks or every month. You need money. I heard somebody say this: if you're going to be well off, you got to have money coming in on every one of those time frames. And so I created the Every Money T-shirt. You need to get your mind focused, and if you don't do it through stocks, find it some kind of way. Okay, okay, you'll get a free 3-day training with my mentor, Phil Town. Okay, and I'll show you his house in a minute. He actually has a training once a month. Well, it's twice a month now because he does one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. One of them is near where I'm from, Peachtree City, which is near Columbus, Georgia. You can get there. The value of it is about $3,000, but you'll get in there for free. You'll spend a 3-day weekend with him. You don't pay for any training materials. The only thing you pay for is your hotel. You network with people that are wealthy and creating wealth. You'll be learning more about stock trading. You need to get around these people. You will meet these people. You will not pay anything for the course. On Saturday, he'll take you to after you learn with him for the first part of the day. You'll go to lunch with him or at his house at his horse ranch, and you'll have a barbecue. You'll be able to see his horses and stuff because he plays polo. This is the guy I told you about that stopped eating sugar. You'll be able to go to this house. But the main thing is you're going to meet people. You're going to make relationships that you need to have this every money, this sleep money mindset. And so you'll get access to that for free. He'll give you access to his platform where you can learn. He has videos where he teaches stuff. So to reinforce a lot of stuff I'm going to teach you. And then if you want to go further in options, he has video courses on that as well. All that's going to be free. That's a bonus, absolutely free. The only thing you pay for is getting there, you know, your accommodations. The class itself is free. It's 3 days, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want to go on the West Coast, he does it on California time now. I've taken people before. I've gone several times to the one in Peachtree City. It's awesome. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'll show you his house in a minute. Okay, and then you'll have access to the quarterly meetup, the meetup that I have with individuals every quarter. Okay, the little gathering that we have, social setting that we have. That's a $999 value. Okay, guys, listen. This is stuff. All this stuff is worth. This is the bonuses alone. The package is worth $19.99. Just the training itself. Okay, what I'm gonna teach you, and the 2 calls. Okay, excuse me, the 4 calls. That 2 months of calling, so I can help you with any problems you have or anything like that. That's worth $19.99 or $2,000. These bonuses themselves are worth $40.23. Okay, so that's about $6,000. Okay, $6,000. But I'm giving it to you for $697, guys. $697. All right. So now is the time. I want you to take advantage of this. I want to teach this to you on Zoom. That's my mentor's house. That's he has a huge pond. He has a horse farm there, horse ranch. And you'll get to go visit him there unless you go to the one in California. I haven't been to that one yet, so I don't know if it's at another one of his properties or what. But I think they have it at like a resort type place. It's not as but I want you to be a part of this. And so tonight, it's not 647, guys. I'm doing a stimulus special pricing. Pricing. So for 247, okay, at seminar special. What I mean by that, usually if I teach a 1-day workshop for free, and then I offer, the 3 classes for a financial investment. If you're at the seminar, you get a price that nobody else gets for taking the time to come and spend an hour or 2 hours with me. So I want you to guys look at it right now. And 247 is somebody said my volume is very low. I hate that, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. So let me speak a little louder. I don't know why the volume's low. But 247 right now. You can get in this class. It's gonna start. It's gonna be Friday. I'm gonna spend about 2 more hours with you. You still have this video right here. Listen. It expires at 11:59 tomorrow. Excuse me. Actually, it should be tomorrow because this video is gonna be on Facebook for a while. But I'm gonna give people 24 hours. If you want to tell other people about it. If you say, well, there's a PayPal link right here. I'm gonna put that PayPal link up as soon as I close out. You can go and do PayPal. If you want to do Cash App, you can do it that way. If you want to text me, and tell me how to call you or email you so that I can get with you and do your card or whatever, we can do that. But this 11:59 tomorrow, 3:31. It should have been 3:31 tomorrow. 11:59. This will no longer be now. It will. You probably still will be able to get in because I'm going to do this on Facebook, the ads and other people will be on the class, but you will not get it at 247 anymore. You will then get it at 697. Okay. So 247 tonight, 247 from now until 11:59 tomorrow. $247 for all this. I'm going to teach you and walk with you through your first trade, and we're going to practice on those midpoints when it's a good time to buy. I'm going to show you, how you pay what they're selling it for, not the price that they put. You guys know you never pay the sticker price on the car, right? You never pay what the price is, the regular price on an article of clothing or whatever. It's always going to go on sale. And so this is a t-shirt. It says, I need every money. This is a mindset. Okay. I need every money. Okay. I need every money. It's a type of money. I need money flows of income that come in every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. Okay. You should be focusing on doing that one at a time, some kind of way that you're making money every hour, every day, every month, every year. And a lot of that has to be sleep money, guys, because you can't be in places to make this happen. You have to do things like buy stocks and let it make money in the market for you. All right, so I'm giving away one of these tonight. So those people who email too much to me, the words too much, I'm gonna do that drawing in a minute. But also, if you sign up tonight, you get one of these t-shirts. Okay, you get one of these t-shirts as one of your bonuses. You get, like I said, you get to go to my mentor's house with him. I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know. You go to my mentor's house with him for that weekend. I'll probably be there with you. I'll go again just to see you there and to support you as well. But also, I learn something new every time I go. I meet new people every time, and I keep going through this too fast. And so you'll get the training about 2 hours on Friday, and you'll have the recording for it as well. You'll get the t-shirt. You'll get to go with my mentor in his 3-day workshop and get all of his online platform that you can log into and learn. And you also get to come to the meetup that we do once we get started, once we are over this quarantine thing. So this is the value of it, guys. 4023 is just for the bonuses. 1999 is the value of the class itself. All right. The content it doesn't matter about me just teaching online. It's the content that most people want to know. They're not going to go and read a book or they're going to be confused. So I'm saving you time. I'm saving you stress. And listen, decision time now. Okay. Teddy Roosevelt said, hey, when it's time to make a decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. We don't know if it's the right thing sometimes. Don't get caught up in over under. You're over analyzing, underperforming, okay? Or analysis paralysis. You want to keep trying to see if things are right or wrong, guys, right? The next best thing you can do is the wrong thing, and you learn from it. The worst thing you can do is nothing, okay? So even if you don't get in this program, get in some kind of program, whether it's real estate you've been thinking about, stocks, whatever. I'm telling you, this is going to be the best program that people are going to that I'm going to walk you through something. I'm not going to lead you. I'm going to tell you like it is. And so listen, that's my son right there, right? And I told you I was gonna tell you about this picture as well as the one with the Funyuns a little later, right? So who are you? All right. On any given day, you poll Americans, all right, 100 a poll, right? 2% of them are wealthy or well off. Don't need. They have every money. They have sleep money. 3% are financially secure, and then 95% of people are broke or struggling. All right, that's at retirement. This poll is for retirement as well as any given day. You randomly poll these people. So about 2%, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna break it down. 2%, about 2% of you all who are watching this now are going to say, "Hey, I like it. I can do it." And I can take what you did on this video. I'm gonna watch it again and again. I'm gonna go and do it and make it happen. All right, that's 2% of y'all. 3% are gonna say, "Hey, listen, um, I need some help. I'm gonna join the class. I want to make it happen. I see it. It looks good to me. It makes sense. You have the results to show it. You're tired, this kind of stuff. And so I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna get in the program. And then 95% of the people are gonna either go try to do it themselves, go try to look at other stuff and find other classes and stuff. It's gonna confuse them. It's gonna discourage them, or they're gonna try a little bit. Say they're gonna read, go to the library, whatever, and they're not going to do it. They're gonna do nothing, right? And so, one thing I know is there's no transformation without transaction. Yes, you've learned a lot of good stuff on here tonight. Some people can take it and run with it and actually be trading this time next week. Okay, other people need a little more structure. So I know this: there's no transformation without transaction. You give people free stuff, they put it on the shelf. They don't show up on time. They don't show up. You give them free stuff and they sign up and don't even come. Okay, I've seen it happen before. You're not going to take it seriously unless you put a little bit of money in. And I do mean a little. Based on what this compared to what this is worth, $247 is a drop in the bucket. I promise you, it's a drop in the bucket, guys. All right, and if you definitely can't invest $247 to learn this, you definitely don't need to go in the stock market with $100 or anything. Okay, like I said, you may go online and find some other programs that are more expensive, that are more tedious, that you're going to be lost. But you followed me thus far, so you actually can understand and follow me. You know what I've been saying. So don't end up like my son right here. He's reaching. Some people are going to go out here 95% and try to do it themselves, and in a little while you're going to be looking like help me, mom, please help me. I need you. Okay, this is at the nursery at my church. He was in the nursery. I walked by to go somewhere else in the church, and he saw me, and he's like, "No, get me, help me, please!" Right? And some people, 95% people, are gonna try to do it themselves. And you're gonna see me somewhere. You're gonna wait till the opportunity closes out, and it goes back to 6:47. Or you're gonna see it on a Facebook ad. It's gonna be 6:47. Or you're gonna see it after the class is over. And you're gonna say, "I want to meet with you and have coffee with you. I'm gonna say no, because one thing I know about wealthy people, we value our time. Time is the only resource you cannot renew. You cannot get it back. It's the great equalizer. No matter who you are, where you are on earth, how cute, how ugly, how successful, unsuccessful you are, everybody has the same amount of time. It's what you do with it. That's another difference between rich and poor people. What you do with the time. Okay, so some people have sat here for an hour, almost an hour and a half, right? Don't waste this time. If you like what you heard, you see it makes sense to you, join the course right before it expires. I'm gonna put the link up as soon as I close out of this. Don't end up like my son right here. And the reason I use these two pictures of my son is because my son is getting paid for these pictures. Okay, that's a business tip that helps you decrease your taxable income. You put your kids on the payroll instead of giving them allowance, which is a welfare mentality. Do what wealthy people do. You teach them to be a part of your business. So every time I use their picture, I owe them royalties, right? I owe them money. And so I use the two pictures. So now I have to give him money for that, right? And he's actually an employee of mine. So that decreases my taxable income. That's the kind of stuff you'll learn about when you're around certain people, when you're in this energy, when you're in this mastermind group, when you go to my mentors 3-day weekend, when you get on the call, when you come to the meetup. That's the kind of stuff that makes the difference between the poor and the rich. It's not money, it's what they do with money. It's how they think about money that makes poor people poor. Okay. And so listen, it's that time. That's another picture that's in there. But it's time for you to make a decision, guys. And I'm gonna do the drawing. I'm getting ready to put the link up for PayPal. If you want to do it via PayPal, you can do it on Cash App as well. You can do it, like I said, email me or text me and let me know, how you want to do it if none of that works for you. But I do want you to take advantage of this because it's time, guys. You need to get in the market now. All right. If you have what you need right now and you think you can do it, that's fine. But like I said, I spent this time to open an opportunity for you. All right. So I'm not going to, you have me pulling me to the side and that kind of stuff because this is an opportunity for you to make it happen. All right. I've enjoyed y'all being on here tonight. I went about an hour and a half instead of an hour, but this is a lot of meat and it's a lot of content. So, like I said, tonight you'll get this tea. You'll be the one of the first people. Well, the first person to get the tea is the person who's going to win. So I'm going to look right now and see who's on here that actually signed up. That emailed me ahead of time so they can receive the reminder and enter the drawing. And then I'm going to put up the link for PayPal. And then after that, I don't. Yeah, you can't click it right now, but you can look if you just want to do that. It's going to be a little extreme to try to type it in. So I'm going to put that up in a second. I love you all. Remember, you've been through too much to be average. All right. Don't do what average people are doing right now. Use this time to build your family financially as well as socially and emotionally. And so, let me see who's on here that has been on here and is going to win tonight. All right. And so let me see. I'm on my phone searching now because my laptop I can't get that. All right. So I see. So Kim Oates is on here. She was in the drawing. Let me do. Okay, I'm doing the drawing. I see it. All right, guys, I'm gonna put the link up, and then, well, you know what? All right, guys. So this is it. All right, I thank you for the likes and the shares. Please like and share this video because if you don't want to take advantage of it, guess what? Somebody well, I'm not gonna give away my thing I have coming up, but somebody else will eat your cornbread if you're not willing to. If you're not willing to do what it takes to keep it and make it happen, somebody else will eat your cornbread. So please share this. At a girl, that's right. I want to say a thank you, at a girl, at a boy, for everybody who's on here. You are achieving triumph through anything by becoming allergic to the average. You absolutely have enough information here to make some things happen. But if you need that extra boost, you want to get into the community, you want to, be a part of that mindset, and just take it to the next level. Take advantage of the link when I put it up, guys. And listen, this is the Every Money T-shirt, and the Every Money T-shirt tonight is going to Kimberly Johnson Oates. So congratulations to Kimberly Johnson Oates. She's winning the Every Money T-shirt tonight. Um, Tomorrow it'll be live, so you can actually order it from attagear.com. That's ATTA gear.com. That's allergic to the average, achieving triumph through anything. Gear.com, ATTAGAR.com. So I'm getting ready to put the link up. I'm getting ready to put the link up for you all to get on the PayPal if that's what you choose to do. And so I thank you all for being here tonight. I thank you all for choosing to empower your mind and elevate your life. There's been something said tonight that will definitely do that for you, even if you don't choose to go forward. But do something, guys, to get you some every money and some sleep money, please, because you need it. People depend on you. It's here for us. It's here for us. All right. So make it happen. Let me put this link up. And Kimberly Johnson Oates, you can just if you don't mind putting it on here now, you can, or you can. I have your email. You can email me, and give me your size and where to send it, and we can make that happen. Well, you probably don't want you to put your address here. Just email me or inbox me on Facebook your address, and I will get your shirt to you, and your color as well. I think it comes in navy, heather gray, and black. So you need to get your Every Money T-shirt so you can get in that mindset. Working on it. I'm working on the hourly thing right now. I think I got most of them. I got the everyday. But listen, hey guys, listen. Thank you for being on here. You've been on here for an hour and a half, but it's definitely was time well spent. I hope you all tell me that. At least give me some comments, some feedback on it. Some people have been telling me the volume's been in and out and that kind of thing. I don't know if I should use a microphone the next time. This is not a platform like Zoom where we'll be training, so I've never had an issue with Zoom, but I don't know if it's Facebook or whatever. And it could be me, a little raspy. But never, I didn't take a hydration break, and I usually take one when I do them for just an hour. But I guess I was so excited about sharing this information. It's been a minute since I was able to share this because it's been 2 years since I actually did a live workshop on this. So, other than just talking to people for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, just regular conversation, it's been a while. So I've been excited. I didn't take a water break, so I apologize if my voice has been going up and down. But congratulations again to Kimberly Johnson Oates. Inbox me on Facebook or email me your shirt size and where to send it to and what color you would like. Either the dark gray shirt which is I think the dark ash, the navy blue, or the black, and also send me your mailing address, your snail mail address. All right. And I'm putting the link right now for everybody who wants to get started to sign up for the program. It's once again, it's only $247, and there's so much stuff that comes with that. It's that the value is $6,023 for that stuff. The weekend alone with my mentor is going to change your life. Just seeing his house, just being around people who trade for a living. Like he placed a trade once while we were at the seminar. He was like, "My wife wants a new horse, so instead of going into money I have," and this is what wealthy people do. It's like, hey, I need something that's gonna make some money for me now. I need an asset to pay for this, not some of my money I have. So he went in and placed the trade, made $6,700. But that's in options. But you will have a chance to get exposed to options. And also, once you learn this class, like I said, that last call, I will show you how to do an option strategy. That's very simple. Once you get on that last monthly call, but I want you all to be in there. I'm putting the link up now if you want to get in on the 247. Guys, I really want you to be a part of this. Like I said, I'll be putting on a Facebook ad probably tomorrow, so it'll be back up at the regular price. So if you wait, okay, I've heard people say this before. All right, if you when you let an opportunity pass you by, and remember the acronym for POUR, passing on opportunities repeatedly. I heard somebody say this; it makes a lot of sense, and I know it to be true from experience. When an opportunity passes you, you let an opportunity pass. Most times it won't come back, but if it comes back, it'll be more expensive the next time around. It could be more time expensive, more money expensive, more people expensive, whatever. It's true, guys. So don't pass on this opportunity. It's a very, very, very more than reasonable price. All right. So just make sure that if the PayPal doesn't work for you, some people don't have PayPal, some people don't use Cash App, they don't trust it or whatever, they don't have it. You can email me or you can text me or call me at that number, and we can make it happen by 11:59 tomorrow this time. I love you all. Thank you for allowing me to empower your mind and elevate your life. I'm sure you know something you didn't know tonight before you came on here. So that was worth the hour to me, and for me getting a chance to teach this. I want to see you Friday night on that Zoom call, on that Zoom training, and you will have access to that video as well as when you go to my mentoring thing, my mentors thing. As a matter of fact, he'll give it to you before you ever come. You can get on his platform and learn from videos, his content as well. And so it's just a wealth of information. It's worth probably at least what 30 times this, right? So make it happen, guys. Do something. Even if you don't do this program, do something to get you some every money. Go ahead. The stock market is one of the best ways to get in there. Okay, you can buy 1 or 2 shares or something, and it can double within a year. Okay, that's awesome. 100% return. The bank is never going to do that. The bank gives you 0.00. Okay, and I talk about that in my seminars more, but I don't want to keep you anymore. I thank you all for spending this time with me. Thank you for everybody who gave the good feedback. And that's on here. Thank you for those who are going to like and share this video. Even if you don't, if you know somebody who's in a position who wants to and who's a go-getter, who is about making things happen, share it with them and maybe they can teach you something. I don't know. Make it happen. Okay, make it happen. Do what you need to do. If you need to get a friend, y'all split the money, whatever, and then you teach it to them or whatever. Make it happen. Make it happen. Winners find a way to win. Losers find a way to lose. Losers find a way to make losing acceptable, to make it okay. That this is I don't have it. I'm not supposed to have. My life is supposed to be this way. I don't every money. No, I'm supposed to struggle and work for somebody and get 1 check a month or whatever. Losers find a way to lose. Winners find a way to win. So make it happen, guys. This is more than reasonable price, and there's so much loaded in this package deal. Thank you for being here. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. But the link is there, and I appreciate you being here with me, guys. And so I'm signing off. Don't end up like this guy now, asking, reaching for help, because I can't help you guys. I want to help you now. I want to help you beforehand. Okay. Average people wait till stuff happen and react. Okay. Better than average, allergic to average people. We anticipate things and we make things happen. And we make things happen rather than allowing them to happen and wondering what's happening. Okay. So make it happen, guys. Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. I appreciate you all. Make it happen. Don't end up like this cat right here. Okay. Reaching and crying for help. Make it happen. All right.